Welcome back, guys, to another episode of the Plumbing Standards, and I'm your host, Dalton. Um, these videos are becoming more and more fun to make, and it's just a true blessing to get to talk about plumbing and faith and how they intertwine and how we can become better servants in the home. Um, First and foremost, thank you guys for all the continued support. Your reviews, the subscriptions, the comments, everything goes a long way. So if you haven't, smash the like button, hit that share, subscribe. Every little bit of support goes a long way. This episode is this whole season 3 of the Plumbing Standards, we are talking about leadership. Okay, I feel like it's a very common misconception of what leadership really is. Last episode, we kind of broke into the scriptural aspect of it, of what a real servant leader is. Now we're going to dig into how we can be servant leaders inside of the house, dealing with the customer. I've got a few stories I'd like to share, but I've also got some slides here built up, kind of ready to go over what I like to use. I actually like to use something called M.Y.F.A.I.T.H, right? Each one of those letters actually means something, but I like to use the M.Y.F.A.I.T.H, and I'm going to teach you guys it, and hopefully you guys use it too. If you know someone that uses the M.Y.F.A.I.T.H technique, so out of any of the steps in the process, just comment, tag, hashtag the Plumbing Standards, tag us. I would love to get more engagement from you guys. So drop a comment in the video on, what a leader looks like to you guys. But before we get too crazy into this, let me show you something we have here. This is the Plumbing Standards Leadership Pyramid. Okay. Just blow this up a little bit here. Okay. So this right here is our leadership pyramid. At the very bottom, we have will, love, service and sacrifice, influence, and then leadership. And here at the bottom, you can't see it because my little screen is right there in the way. Let's do this. There we go. Let's get my ugly mug out of the picture there. The two bottom boxes I feel like are very important. Okay, the very bottom, it says intention minus action equals nothing. Okay, but your intentions plus action, that creates a will. Okay, so if we're following this pyramid, which I'm going to create a link to this pyramid for you listeners, I'm going to try having it attached to the show notes so you guys can download and share it with your team. But that intention with action, it creates a will. Okay, with that will, and you choose love, that requires the service and sacrifice, which builds influence. You will earn that leadership role, that leadership title. Okay. I have an episode coming up here soon that we're actually going to break into what each of these little steps looks like for us. Okay. If you're looking at this pyramid, you're probably wondering, like, how does this even apply to me? Right? You're going into a home. Just trying to fix this here real quick. Here, we'll put me up there. You're going into a home where there's already an issue. Right? Your intention is already to take care of that issue. Right? So there's that will. You have the will to take care of that problem. And you're going to learn that because once, like we learned last week, you're supposed to love everybody as your neighbor. right? Once you love that customer, you are willing to service and sacrifice for that customer, they're going to trust you. And that trust is that influence. And then you become the leader of that call, not the problem. The problem isn't the leader, right? The leaky faucet isn't dictating the call. You're dictating that call. So let's just, I'm going to dive kind of right in and let the wheels hit the road, right? So my faith, right? Each one of these little, M.Y.F.A.I.T.H, they all mean something. If you're listening to this, write it down. Okay. M.Y.F.A.I.T.H, my faith. Let's get right into it. All right. M stands for mindfulness. Okay. Before entering a customer's home, take a moment to center yourself. Reflect on your commitment to serving their needs and create a positive and unforgettable experience. With each one of these, I also have a piece of scripture that supports that letter, right? So in Colossians 3:23 to 3, Colossians 3:23 through 24 states, whatever you do it from the heart. It's something done for the Lord and not for people, knowing that you will receive the reward of an inheritance from the Lord. You serve the Lord Christ. So, M, mindfulness, right? Get in your mindset before you even walk into that call. Get in the mindset of, I'm here to serve. I'm here to help. Not, I'm here to, make bank. I'm not here to, $300 away from, hitting my goal. I'm not, I'm here to serve. When we are in that mindset of we're ready to serve, believe it or not, we've already almost won that battle of who's the real leader of the call. Okay. Why? Your professionalism. Right. So we're still kind of out before we actually even interact with the customer. Dress appropriately, wear your company uniform if applicable, and carry necessary tools. Being well prepared enhances your credibility as a professional. Okay. Let's say, and this is very important. Hold on. Before I even get to this, let's just hit the scripture. But in your hearts, regard Christ the Lord as holy, ready at any time to give a defense to anyone who asks you for a reason for the hope that is in you. 1 Peter 3:15. Let's do this. 1 second. Let's get this blown up here. All right. It has happened too many times I have seen, and over the course of this podcast, I've worked with and communicated with, and people think dress does not matter. Having the right tools does not matter. That could be the furthest thing from the truth. Okay, I was actually just going back and re-listening to some of the earlier podcasts we've done. I have an episode on how appearance is key, and it's true. There are, as us technicians, we are being judged. Okay. If someone has let's just sit here and say that someone has a water heater that's blown out the bottom of it and water just gushing everywhere. When they call a plumber, you might sit there and think that just because their basement's flooded, they don't care who it is there to fix it. They just want it fixed. It's not true. Okay. They want that trust. They only get so much time before they only get so much interaction time with you. So when you have such a short window of time, every little advantage point helps. Bring in the right tools, dressing appropriately. by having those two things, you're walking in confident. Okay. You're showing the customer you are here to serve. At the end of the day, and I'm going to say this probably over and over again in this episode, at the end of the day, that is what matters. You are here to serve. Whether your company has a uniform or not, guys, there's a study out there, and I probably should have just had it up here on the slides. When you dress your best, you feel like you're in power. Right? How many of us have a power suit? Right? How many of us have like that power? You put something on, you feel like $100. When you put on that uniform, if you have a uniform, or when you have your nice clothes, or whatever it is, when you wear it proud. Because when you're proud, the customer is at ease. That is our job. Now, you guys can sit here and blow me up with the comments going, Dalton, like, the uniforms don't matter. No one really pays attention to it. That is a lie. That is a lie. And I will not buy it. I will do a customer survey and literally show you guys the uniforms you wear, the tools you bring in, they matter. They matter. And as in that slide shows, it brings credibility. It enhances your credibility as a professional. Being in business, you want to set yourself apart from the competition. What's separating you? What's separating you from the competition? I know our town here in Illinois is pretty loaded with plumbing companies. What separates us? We serve. That's what we do. It doesn't matter how many times or how long we're going to be there, but we're going to make it right. Our customers know that. So my challenge for you guys is dig deep down, figure out what makes you guys different. Okay? So we've worked through the M, the Y. Now the F, a friendly greeting. Okay? Greet your customer with a warm smile and introduce yourself. Establish a friendly and approachable demeanor. Love one another deeply as brothers and sisters. Outdo one another in showing honor. Romans 12:20. This might seem like a no-brainer, but I've recently have dealt with some people that will knock on the door and go, "Hi, I'm such and such with such. I'm such and such with such and such plumbing. Where's the problem?" Like, it was almost a nuisance to even have them there at your house in the first place. You already got a plumbing issue, but hey, why'd you call me? Right? Like, I wish I had some videos of how I actually engage with customers, and I'm actually thinking about getting into all that. But like, just a simple knock on the door. Hey, I'm Dalton. I'm Dalton with Platinum Plumbing, and see, like, I what's crazy is I change it up. I change it up every time because I feel like we get stuck in this stigma of, if we do one approach, and I believe I should have an episode on this. We do one approach and it works for that one customer, we try making that one approach repeatable. Not everyone's the same, right? I go out to jobs and I'll see someone flying, a Duke basketball flag. Right away, as a North Carolina fan, we've got some beef, jokingly. But, knock on the door, oh, hey, I'm Dalton with Platinum Plumbing. You must be Duke fans, and this call is going to be a little troublesome, right? Making that joke, right? I don't mean it, but just making making that connection right from the jump. Like, I'm not even fully in the door yet. I'm already looking for things to, connect with them. Because at the end of the day, that's what they want. They want a connection. They just don't want their plumbing issues solved. They don't want just any Joe Blow off the street into their home, into their that's the tricky part. Into their, like, when they open that door, they are letting a stranger inside their sacred area. Finding that connection, making that connection, building that trust, guys, we only have a limited amount of time before they make their decision on whether they're going to hire us for the job or call someone else. By making that connection, by having a friendly greeting, we have got to be, well, it says right here, we have to be approachable. I've been in the field long enough to know that some people just aren't approachable. They are hard to read. They are dry. They just want to do the work. And some people, that's just how they are. I don't think it's right. I will tell you also that I cannot connect with everybody. You will not connect with everybody. There are some customers out there that you will just not absolutely please. Okay, like, I can't sit here and be like, if you do these, if you work my faith, every call is going to be a success. You will not connect with everybody. That is just the nature of the beast. Okay. A, active listening. Practice attentive listening to understand the customer's concerns fully. Avoid interrupting and show genuine interest in their perspective. The one who gives an answer before he listens, this is a foolishness and disgrace for him. Proverbs 18:13. I cannot just so too many times have we gone into a house and, hey, my toilet's running. Nope. Hey, all you need is new flapper, fill valve, wada bing, wada boom. Hey, $250, on to the next one. They weren't even done, telling the whole story. We get in such a rush of, we try showing our knowledge. We get into this habit of, sometimes, I've been guilty of it in the past, of sometimes we like to flex our guns a little. You call the pro. Let me show you I'm a pro. When at the end of the day, we look like an idiot because that toilet was running because of high water pressure. Believe it or not, if you would have taken the time and to actually listen to the customer, that one toilet is the same age, the same make, same model as the one upstairs, and the one down in the basement. And the one in the basement is starting to do the same thing as well. But because we weren't listening, all we heard was that one toilet. We didn't even let the customer finish their statement. We missed serving the customer. The reason I bring up this toilet one, because this is a true story that I've had happen to me. Of a lady was talking about how she had a plumber out. All he cared about was this one toilet, and he was on to the next one, on to the next call. And she vividly, clear as day, said he was in a hurry to get out of here. All he wanted to do is take care of that one toilet and move on to the next one. Well, I took the time to listen. And us men, my wife can vouch for me. Sometimes listening is not our best, strong suit. Okay. Listening to the customer, listening to the plumbing. Okay. When we're doing so, once again, by doing these steps, we're taking leadership, we're taking ownership. We are grabbing that call by the horns, and we are the boss by listening to the whole story. That toilet that was running ended up being 3 toilet replacements, a PRV, right? Like the list goes on and on and on. All just by listening. By listening, we serve, right? The one who gives an answer before he listens, this is a foolishness and disgrace for him. A is for active listening. I, and this kind of goes, this is a great follow-up, inspire empathy. Express empathy by acknowledging any inconvenience the plumbing issue may have caused. Assure the customer that you're here to help resolve that problem. This is a bit of a longer verse, but here we go. 2 Corinthians 1:3-4. Blessed be God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, the Father of mercies and the God of all comfort. He comforts us in all of our affliction, so that we may be able to comfort those who are in any kind of affliction. Through the comfort we ourselves receive from God. So, there are times customers will sit here and try to use the whole pity story. My dog died, lost my cat, just lost my job. There are times where customers will try to, I don't want to use the word milk it, but there are times where customers will try to abuse that empathy. Those are very, very, very few customers. I have had customers bawl at the table because they're just so overwhelmed. Right? Believe it or not, a plumbing issue is a major inconvenience to anybody. Right? I mean, we really don't, as us plumbers, we do, but as a society, especially a first world society, when we're not able to have hot water, if we're not able to go to the bathroom, if we're not able to take a shower, it is a major, major inconvenience. Inconveniences lead to stress. Stress, stress, just no one wants it. So when I have these customers that are going through their breakdowns, it is I have given hugs. I've sat at the table with them and just expressed like, hey, like, I get it. I've I kid you not, I've prayed with customers. And no, that may not be for everybody, but what I'm saying is just a few minutes ago, I challenged you. What sets you apart from your competition? Actually care. Okay. By actually caring, by showing that empathy, by understanding the major inconvenience not that you may have caused, the plumbing issue has caused, that trust is being earned. Those fears are being pushed aside, and you are now reigning in control of the call. Because I don't know about you guys, but there's been times where the customer freaking out is sometimes worse than the actual call itself. Perfect example. I actually had a customer this week. It was this week. Had a ball valve on top of a water heater and just had a tiny little drip to it. I mean, coming right out of the packing. And when the valve was leaking. It was She was so scared that because of the water pressure, it was just going to burst, and she was just freaking out. But because I was there, I was reassuring, I was doing all the appropriate stuff. One second. So because she was so scared, she was frantically freaking out that her basement was going to flood, and it was my job to reassure her, like, hey, there is nothing to worry about. You called the right person. I actually spent more time trying to calm her down than I did just putting in a new ball valve. Because I took care of that valve. Hey, while you're here, you know, thank you so much for taking care of this valve. Can I have you also take a look at this? Can I also have you take a look at that? You know, the windows of opportunity opened wide up, right? So I is for inspire empathy. And this is kind of almost like a no-brainer, but take the lead. Too many times we let the plumbing issue take the lead. No, we take the lead because I'll just get to it. Present different options for resolving the plumbing issue, along with the pros and cons. Make sure the options make sense. Allow the customer to make an informed decision while offering your professional insights. Proverbs 15:22 states, plans fail when there is no counsel, but with many advisors, they succeed. I just smacked the crap out of my microphone. Okay. For all those that are just listening to audio, you guys will learn that I'm a very hands-moving type guy. If we don't educate our customers, two things happen. One, someone will come and educate them and you miss the opportunity to serve. Or two, they're going to make an informed decision, and no one wins when a customer makes an uninformed decision. I don't know if I'm even saying that right. This is just me. When I go into a home, every home I go into, for the better sake now of 3 to 4 years, I love to educate. It may be overbearing. It may be overwhelming. But at least when I leave a house, whether they went with my option 1, option 3, or told me to get out, I can sit and say, I educated them. They know now. Okay. Water, especially here in our area, water quality. Our water quality sucks. We have really high chlorine in our water, and the back of our toilets tend to wear out faster, and the gaskets will start dripping, and all you guys know. A lot of customers think, "We'll just replace it." Yeah, I can do that, right? I can replace it, and that will be one option, right? I'll replace just the parts. That'll be option 1. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to give you an option to make sure that this won't happen again or for a very long time. Okay. And, a simple $200 repair for option 1 and a couple $1,000 option for option 3. Yeah, it's going to sticker shock them. But they're educated now. They did the water quality test with me. They will understand that, okay, if I do this repair, if I do this Band-Aid fix, the issue is still there. right? The issue is still there. The water quality is still there. I'm not taking care of that, and it's affecting this toilet. Well, why is it could be affecting that toilet? It could be affecting that toilet. It could be affecting my shower. It could be affecting my kitchen faucet, my bathroom faucets, and they'll start putting most of the time, I should say, they'll start putting two and two together. Option three is starting to look like number four. All right, 2 plus 2 equals 4. Option 3 is becoming that 4. And at this point, you're already in the home. You did your friendly greeting. You're there to serve, right? And that's where presenting these options have got to be there to serve. They've got to make sense. If I'm giving options for stuff I haven't even seen, well, nothing good comes from that. Okay, if you're there for a toilet and the lady is strict on, hey, I want you in this one bathroom, don't want you going throughout the rest of my house, and you're still building options for a water heater and a sewer replacement and stuff like that, it doesn't make sense. You're coming across as a salesman. I have been guilty of, especially here in my town, I'm offering everyone a softener, carbon filter, some sort of water filtration. Because I'm educating. I'm wanting what's best for that customer. And what's best for that customer is the utmost best service I can give, which is you're making an investment today on your plumbing fix. Let's protect that investment. Okay. So I'm already, I think, 32 minutes deep into this. I can make a whole episode on just the whole options thing. But H, honesty and transparency. Provide regular updates on the progress of the repair. If unforeseen challenges arise, communicate them honestly and offer potential solutions. Therefore, putting away lying, speak the truth, each one to his neighbor, because we are members of one another. Ephesians 4:25. Once again, this is a no-brainer. It's just be honest. If a job is going south, pull off and go, hey, like, dude, like, this is a little bit more than I entailed. I'm going to get taken care of them. And here's how we're going to do it. Whether you charge more for it or you don't, customers appreciate that, the communication. They like the honesty. I've done it so many times where I'm like, let me come here. Let me show you why this isn't going the way I planned it. Because see, this joint should be over here, and I'll start walking them through, because it may sound really silly. The more we get the customer involved, the more we show them, the more value we're bringing. Because at the end of the day, they're going to be like, I would have had no idea. They will be so appreciative of having you there. The more you involve that customer, the more you're honest with them, the more transparent you are with them. Not like the ones that you have something to hide, right? Like, oh my gosh, we nicked the water line. Hey, apprentice, keep the homeowner away. You're like looking over, when you're hiding stuff, you're in the wrong business, man. Because I'm a very firm believer in the truth will always come out. And having the customer involve the customer as much as you possibly can for a call. It sounds silly. It sounds almost like no work will be done, but I promise you get the customer involved, and they will be more appreciative. So, just one last time, My faith. M.Y.F.A.I.T.H. Mindfulness. Your professionalism. Friendly greeting. Active listening. Inspire empathy. Take the lead. Honesty and transparency. Guys, you do those. You just took ownership. You took leadership of the call. Not the problem, not the customer, you. Next week, we are actually going to talk about how we're taking leadership of the team, how to set the example, how to be the beacon of light in such a dark world. Okay? Once again, smash the like button, leave comments, share this, tag us in your social media. Like, if there's, funny pictures, epic fails, plumbing fail, like hashtag the plumbing standards. I want to engage with you guys. All right, I love you guys. Don't ever forget to pray, plumb, praise. I'll see you guys next week.